I hated scary movies because the characters never behaved realistically. The women in scary movies would freeze when they saw the killer and just stand there as he raised a knife to kill them. Meanwhile, I was screaming at the television for them to run, to call for help, to do something, anything. Yet as David Haynes locked my door and turned to me, I realized that nobody could predict how they would react in such a situation until they were there. It felt like my feet were frozen in place. My tongue was heavy in my mouth. My brain struggled to process what was happening and what I should do next. It felt like my system was rebooting, and I stood there helplessly. "You," David said as he turned to me. "We need to talk about what—" "Oh, shit. Why are you half naked?" He turned away and shielded his eyes with his hand. My voice came out in a squeak. "Because this is my hotel room." "Then why did you open the door?" "Because I was waiting for the front desk to bring me a towel. Why are you here?" It was a dumb question. I knew exactly why he was here. To take my phone. To retrieve the evidence I had taken. Or worse. I cleared my throat and prepared to scream. "Wait!" David stayed by the door but struck out a hand toward me. "Don't scream. I'm not going to hurt you. I came here to talk." "Talk?" "Yes, talk. You ran out of the zoo before Anthony and I could talk to you about everything. Can you please put on some clothes? It would make me feel like less of a creep." Somehow, I felt like he was telling the truth, that he just wanted to talk. I didn't want to turn around, so I backed up slowly until I was deeper into my room. I felt around for the backpack on my bed, then pulled out the t-shirt I had been planning on wearing tomorrow. That was all I put on, though. If he wasn't comfortable talking to me while I was in my panties, then all the better. "How did you find me?" I asked. David scratched the back of his head, which flexed the muscles in his arm. "This is the only hotel on the way back to the highway. You were smart parking the car around the back." "Must not have been smart enough since you still found it. What do you want?" David crossed his arms in front of his muscular chest and leaned against the wall. "You've got the wrong impression of us." "Are you serious?" I blurted out. "That zoo is a shit show. Unkempt enclosures, wounded animals that have not received attention, and a disgusting food prep room. Every aspect of the zoo is unacceptable." To my surprise, David nodded. "Totally agree." "Then why aren't you doing anything about it?" "Because," he said simply, "we just inherited the zoo yesterday." I gave a start. "You... what?" "Carl Haynes, more commonly known as Crazy Carl. He is my dad." He flinched. "I keep saying that. He was my dad. He's dead." "Oh, did, David gave me a small smile. "No, he wasn't killed by one of the animals. He was on a private plane coming back from Costa Rica. It crashed in the Gulf of Mexico. No survivors." "I'm sorry," I said automatically, not because I was sorry, but because it was what you were supposed to say. David shrugged. "Dad and I weren't close. None of us were. He wasn't the best father in the world." "I can imagine." "So, yeah. Dad died 6 days ago, and we inherited the zoo yesterday after speaking with the executor of his will. Turns out the place is bankrupt. None of the employees have gotten paid in weeks. As soon as Anthony and I showed up yesterday, the employees who had been sticking around finally left. We've been sort of figuring it out as we go since then." "That's why you were so desperate to hire someone as soon as possible." "We don't know the first thing about running a zoo," he explained. "We're learning. That's what we want your help with. We need guidance. On, well, everything."
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.